guys, welcome back. It is I Sir Drinks a Lot, and you have tuned into another drawing stream, painting stream. Sorry. What we're gonna do today is it's gonna seem a bit weird. I am going to try, and I'm painting something for a friend of mine who really likes Art the Clown, and I am not as much of a fan. But we are one. I got a whole bunch of paint. Actually, I bought some canvases, and they are a thin canvas. They're not. They don't have any, like, it's not a hardback or anything. And I'm going to try and do kind of a wet on wet, or at least going to try to paint a lot of this way. Now I probably will let some of this like dry, because I'm not using a magic white. I'm just using just a titanium white, and I don't know if this is even going to work. I don't know if this is a surprise for them, and I'm going to make it a Christmas present because they don't like Christmas, and it's fitting that I do this, I feel, since I am jokingly described as dad to them. And I accept, though I think it's more of a joke when I'm saying daddy, because we both like to bug the hell out of a mutual friend of ours, Kit. So we're just gonna do this. This particular brush I hate. I don't really care for it. I'm not a fan of the brush, but there's going to be a lot of white anyway, since it's already white. All I really have to do is the black, and then the red and some other things, and I'm going to do a little modifications from there, but we're just going to go ahead and get into it. You know, we're just going to draw. You know, I'm going to work on some eyebrows, and then just kind of, I'm going to just play around with it. If it doesn't turn out the way I want, then that's fine. And I can just do whatever else I need to do, you know. This is mostly just a doodling kind of thing. I'm not really all that worried about as much accuracy as I probably should, I guess. With, like, I worry with most of my stuff. Yeah, I am definitely not doing so well with some of this, but that's not the point. The point is to have fun, and like I said, I can tweak this later on. Like I said, I'm not too worried about the thematic accuracy, as it were, for this particular character. I don't even really like Art the Clown, and I know that's, to those who do, yeah, that's fine. You can like it. I hate clowns, so I'm just gonna be right up front with you guys. I am not a fan of Art the Clown, and I'm not a fan of clowns in general. So yeah, not one bit, not a single bit. And yeah, let's get. Best part about this is it's mostly this is literally just, it's just black. It's all it is. And being right-handed kind of sucks a little bit, especially since I'm not really. I'm trying to make sure that I get the eyes at least semi-close. That's actually not too bad. Kind of happy about that. Actually turned out a lot better than I had thought. Maybe it's my darker side coming out, I guess. As I enjoy a darker, a dark humor. So, definitely do enjoy. Like I said, that I usually am a very big fan of the darker humor, and Art does have a bit of humor in what he does. It's funny, it's he's having a good time. Is mostly what I'm trying to say, and it's you don't ever. I don't know if I don't watch any. I've only watched like Terrifier 1, so I've never actually seen any of the other stuff, and honestly, I've never actually watched really anything in that particular vein. It's kind of snuff film-esque, and I don't care for that type of thing. That's not usually my forte. And I know that it's not, for those of you who are fans, it's not snuff films. I get that. It's not my jam. See if I can. And that should be, and like I said, I can also go back over this later on and make this a bit more pronounced, and then thinning out the black lines. And now we'll just kind of start adding in a bit more of a kind of a grayish, a much lighter tone in certain areas. Since, like I said, we've already got white. Now we just need shading, if that makes any sense. Somebody's having a bad dream. Poor girl. Let me add some more white to my. I got a big old thing of white too. Like I specifically was just like, okay, I know that it's gonna go. It'll go far. And like I said, I know that this is not like I'm gonna have to lighten some of this to a degree, because it's just not. It's not going to be 100%, and that's fine. It's quite all right. This will be a lot of fun once I get things going. I'm gonna. It is so much better to have that bit of fun with what you're doing. Kind of like with art, you know? He's just a guy trying to live his best life for the death or whatever. I don't know. I can't remember. Like he was brought back to life or something. I can't. I can't. Like I mean, he can't die. And from what I understand, and that's kind of a thing for those who are fans of this series of the series of movies. You guys can yell at me. That's fine. I don't mind. Yeah. So we get the little down there, and yeah. So. Yeah. And most of this is just but yeah, and I said she's just a fan, and I kind of wanted to kind of do something, mostly because like she doesn't, this I really does not care for the Christmas holidays, so just to for fun, this is mostly just to kind of do something really cool. I think, in my opinion. And yeah, just to kind of upset, but also do something nice. So it's like you can't get too mad. I mean, you can get mad. You can get mad all you want. Get mad all you want. But yeah, that's let's see what we got here. Let's try to do this as careful as possible if I can. Because honestly, I don't want to screw it up too much. trying to also go with the flow of the character. Kind of a get a kind of a grip on the facial features, because he's, like I said, it's not that hard, but he has a certain kind of like it's kind of, it's in the comedy of the character because he is like a clown, but it's kind of that French mime kind of, troubled clown, and the smile is an imitation. It is a forgery. And let's just do it doesn't really curve up, but going back to the gray again. I've made quite a bit of this right here, the grayish. It kind of comes over and then it comes back down again. So the cheeks are very skeletal, but also he has this. It is a bit of it's a very sharp, like pointy jaw. Yes, I know, sweetie. I know. It's harder to define the round area there on the lips, because he does have this kind of a set garishness, this right there. But he also does have this sharp nose, and you want to bring it out. God, that sounds so dumb. There's just a lot of that in it, and I'm definitely gonna be trying to bring more of that out in the painting process. Especially, I'm gonna come back when I come back over this again. I'm gonna come back over with just straight up with white, and I think that will be very helpful. But you also have that ridge of the line of the face and everything, and then of course you have all this area up here, which is just a shadowing, And then you've got all the freaking, like the red and the orange in the mouth, you know, which is it's creepy as all get out. And it is a bit of a mixture of red and orange in my opinion. So we're gonna go with that, and we're just gonna kind of just dabble in the bringing down of the gums. Into the teeth. And then up. And there's just like this darker red. But then it's a much lighter tone too for some of this stuff. For the actual teeth, it's like and it is still an orange though, but it also has kind of a pinkish hint to some of the spots because it's a bit of the gums. But these particular spots are the teeth. But they still have that white in there with the orange. But like also kind of a yellow. Ooh, yeah, you do that. A little bit of a kind of a jaundice color in there, you know. Is that a little bit of the get it in the gums too there. We're gonna try to do that, and then have, like I said, that bit more of a white hint to just each tooth. Yeah, I don't know if this is at all any kind of accurate, but I mean, obviously you know who this is if you see it, you know. So I mean, I feel kind of okay with this. Alright, and now we're going to go a bit of a kind of a harsher red. what we'll do is we'll also redefine some of the coloring, especially with some of the colors with the red itself, because yeah, the black really goes a long way. I need to be careful with that. Yeah, I went too far with that. I need to a little careful. Be very careful with that. Listen, all this is being done with the round brush. I go back. I'm gonna just kind of use a darker red to kind of define the gums a bit. And the lips, the red part of the lips there. I think she'll be excited. She is a big fan. This is I think this will work really well. Okay, I think that actually works really good. I'm not 100% happy with the color mix. I kind of am actually. It's actually looking pretty good, but I want to make it's the teeth pronunciation, you know. I want them to be a bit more pronounced, and I feel like I'm fudging that up. Just a tiny little bit. You know. And then just the tiniest little bit. I really want this to stand out. I want there to be like just tiny little parts where the teeth aren't touched with the white. Yes. And of course, then I want the darkness. You know, you want the black. You know, you want that, the paint, the clown, to come out, as it were. Yeah. I think that actually looks pretty good. I mean, there's a little bit of shininess to the makeup. And I think I'm getting that actually with this. Yeah, that actually looks like it's coming out pretty good. All right. This now, I guess, is just time for the top hat, and I think I will do that with the filbert. And let's see, we should be up here, right? I feel like it's not quite big enough. Yeah. That's a bit better. We also need to come up a bit more with the hat. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. That is, I think that turned out pretty good actually. Okay, we got a little bit more of this one part of the hat here. Okay. All right, and There we go. Sorry, I'm really getting into it now to a certain extent. Yeah, got some light contrast here, and then try to really define this jaw of his. Right about here, and then it just kind of comes up. I really think that turned out really well. I mean, it's not done. I'm not complete, but I think that's actually turned out rather well, considering. And then it's the let's see. All right. Now, let's do, he has these little necklace thing he's got going on here. Yeah. No, wait, no, stop that. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, it's just. Let's just see if I can do this. There we go. There we go. Actually, that's something that I didn't get. I thought I got a towel when I was doing this. So that's a bit frustrating. I could have sworn I got bit of a towel. Yeah, I think that actually turned out pretty good. Get a little more. Yeah. There's some spots that need to be faded in a little bit. There we go. A bit more dark. I know the eyebrows get a bit lighter as they go, towards the edges. So I'm going to try to fix that a little bit if I can. Yeah, we'll do a different brush. Go back to the round again to get some of the more finer details. I have been using the filbert a little too much, I think. But yeah, just going back with the minor little tiny lines. There we go. There we go. I fix that little spot. Yeah, I need more paint for that. I think that worked pretty good. Little finishing touches. A little darks for the shading, certain areas. The thing is that my daughter lives in a shitty area when it comes to delivering things. So I'm going to have to find a way to get this to her. And that is going to be a little bit of an issue, but we will need to figure that out as it goes. So there's something not quite right about the skeletal structure here that I'm not very happy with, and I don't know if I can fix it just with this here. It's a very sharp it's this really sharp line. It's not the it works. It's fine. It's just that it's a bit frustrating because it is also a very white, solid. Yeah, and I'm putting the spots here because it's the mask. So I need to have kind of a smaller but lighter line right along here. It's just ever so small. That's the problem, is that I don't have as much of a fine, like this is very fine. There. I think that turned out pretty good, honestly. Yeah. So, Art the Clown. I thought about like doing blood on him, but I figured that is actually a pretty good version. It's sloppy. It's not as smooth as I would like. That's way too much paint, man. Come on. Oh, there we go. But yeah. So it is what it is to an extent, I guess. That's not too bad. I'm hoping that she will like it. I think she will. Hopefully this will go up on the wall maybe, and I'll need to sign it as per how things go. I think I'm actually thought about with painting with the naming, initialing and everything that I'm just not. I just want to do kind of my there. And then I think that's going to work for now when it comes to doing that. Getting that set up. So, not bad. I think we've done pretty good. Anyway, as always, I'm Sir Drinkslot, and I'm wishing you health, wealth, and love with enough time and gusto to enjoy it all down to the last drop. You guys take care, and I will see you in the next one.